Hey, this is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of the CreditRepairShop.com. This is a video I'm putting together. I rarely do have a double release on the same day, but I thought that this is very important because we are not in the business of just making YouTube videos like other people. We are in the business itself, and this is something that I believe is very important for 525 people who may be on the end of this debt collection portfolio that's going to be sold very quick because number one, the statute of limitation has not ran out for any state. This is a payday lender, $629,000 and some change, 525 accounts. 2020 is the charge off date. The shortest statute of limitation for any state is 3 years. So this is going to be number one, and the average balance is $1,199. Number one thing is that for a portfolio like this is that with no statute of limitations for all 50 states, this is going to be one that it's like being in an auction where they're going to be raising their hand and bidding this portfolio up because they don't have any problems. The only thing that they have to worry about is if the individual filed bankruptcy and they won't be able to go after them because that account was on their matrix report. Other than that, this is going to be like and the sun is popping in on me here. This is going to be like straight up like a feeding frenzy. And then there's another portfolio that was released that is close, but it's a 2017. For some states, this has passed, like California and some of the 4-year states. But it's another payday loan group of portfolio, $911,000, 490 accounts, and the average balance was $1,860. But again, the debt collection companies will jump on these because for most of the states, it's not going to be past the statute of limitations. As a matter of fact, for my state of Wisconsin, it's not past statute of limitations. And so these portfolios are very valuable to debt collectors. So let's start off with step number one. What you got to do is when you receive that letter from the debt collector and check the statute of limitations for your state, you got to make sure that it's not past legal statute of limitations. I'm not talking about the statute of limitations for being on your credit reports. I'm talking about the statute of limitations for collecting debt in your state. And it's different for every state. You can go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com, look up on my blog, statute of limitations, and then a page will pop up. And for this debt here, it's going to go in column number 2. This would be contract. And it potentially, depending on your state, it could be in column number 4 because sometimes payday loans could be, payday loans would be under contract. You would be refinancing if you paid it down and then refinance your loan. So it would be in column number 2. If it's not past the statute of limitations in your state, then you're going to need to send the cease and desist collection activities letter that I provide for you. The link is below this video. Most of you are going to be living in states where the statute of limitation is not passed for this one. If it is past statute of limitations for your state and you're one of the lucky ones and you get this, you happen to be within this portfolio or any other debt collection portfolio that was purchased, you can send them the statute of limitations letter and I provide that. The links are below this video. But let's get into why this is so important right now is because from what I was seeing, there is going to be billions with a B, billions of dollars worth of bad debt that's going to be released from 2020. Soon as 2021 hits, it's going to be like a floodgate. It's starting to open up right now. But when 2022 hits, the end of this year, when it hits, it's going to be like the floodgates. And the thing about it is that they're going to have so much debt that's available that is not within not past statute of limitations that is going to put a lot of pressure on people. So you got to be ready. So even if you don't have any debt right now, you need to always watch my videos and just keep absorbing this information, because it will come to the day will come that you will need it, and you're going to want to know what you got to do. Because what I've seen with most people is that they panic. They get that letter, they remember that they had that debt, and they're like, oh, what to do, what to do. And I've told people what to do, and for some reason, when you don't need it, you don't pay attention to it. But when you need it, then you're scrambling and you don't remember. So keep it locked. Subscribe to my channel so you can always be able to refer back to these types of videos, because you're going to need that information. The links are below this video. If you find yourself getting a debt collection letter from a debt collector, you need to respond to them quickly. Do not let the time pass, because debt collectors, if it goes past 30 days, then they can put it on your credit. And then they're going to start doing all types of skip tracing and everything to see what you have, to see if they can garnish your wages, to see if they can attach, if it's a big enough, if they can attach a lien on your property. And even if they don't attach a lien on your property, they can do what's called an effective lien. That means when you try to sell a piece of property like real estate, that it will pop up that you owe that lien. And in some states, they don't even have to get a judgment to do that. In some states, they do not have to get a judgment to do it. As a matter of fact, I had a lady here yesterday. Her name is Deborah. She's been a client for more than 2 years. She had a whole bunch of original creditor accounts, and because she's limited income, we had to do settlements on them, and we did them one by one. It's taken it's been over 2 years. She popped in, and then now she's trying to sell a piece of property, and lo and behold, popped up that she owed $2,000 judgment. And they said that they're going to try to take that $2,000 out of the sale of her real estate, and she needs to sell that real estate. This is her retirement money, and she don't want to give up that $2,000. And I told her exactly what she needs to do to not have to pay that right now. I'm not going to reveal that here, because this is it's not that it's a strategy. It's just that something that is done in closing that can bypass that. And so she can legally bypass it right now, but she is going to have to deal with that judgment. And you don't want to have something like that come back to haunt you when you're looking at selling something like a piece of real estate, or you come into some money and it puts an alert to somebody. They got all of these tracers and all of these things out there to alert them of your financial situation, property that you own. There's people that go out there and hound you. Years ago, when I went through it, there was someone taking pictures of one of my office buildings, and I was like, what the hell is going on? They're trying to take pictures to try to see if they can go to court over a lawsuit that I was fighting for 8 years, back and forth. And they're trying to have some type of action to try to take one of the pieces of property that I own. So you don't never want to leave that alone. And I was in court with them, so I knew that some of the things that they were doing. I didn't know that they were doing that, but I knew the other things that they were trying to do. And I ended up having to settle that lawsuit, even though it was some part of something that I wasn't even really involved in. So you just never want to find yourself in that situation. And so when you get these letters, you need to respond. A lot of the times, if you use the information that I give you, they will not pursue it, because they don't expect you to respond to them in that way, especially if it's something that's past the statute of limitations. You need to watch out for verbiage that says time barred. You need to watch out if they call you and they say time barred. That's just another way of them saying that the debt is past statute of limitations. So if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. We have some special coaching programs that we have available. The link is below this video, where we'll actually finance your credit repair services. So you can just, put a small down, and you can actually pay a lower amount, and you will get a primary trade line on your credit reports when you do that. But you can visit to learn about us. Go to thecreditrepairshop.com, watch the video, what makes us different. And then if you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com, and the letters and other services that we provide are below, and links are below this video. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of the CreditRepairShop.com.